Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you had a great game week 32. It was a nice one for me, guys. The game week 32 was pleasant, especially as my obviously the captaincy this week was not separated by too many points, but it was still enough. Um, but I was happy with the Pedro Porro goal, the Dubravka clean sheet, and Saka as well doing fine. Very disappointed that Tony did not start, and then he came on at the end because I had Sarabia on the bench. But overall, it was a nice game week, so nothing to complain, and it's time to move forward. So the rank which I had lost the past. In the last game week, I managed to claw back a lot of my overall rank according to this. So now I'm back inside the 400k. I think it should be around 380k. So we're back going in the right direction, and hopefully let's keep at it. Hey CAV, I hope you're doing well, bro. Fine, thank you. Hey, Smelly Wab, it's awesome to have you, bro. It's been a while since I've actually seen you on the stream. I've been missing you here. I hope you do. I hope you've been all right. I hope you've been doing fine, bro. Um, it has definitely been a while. I hope you're doing well. CAV says Poro finally. Same situation with Tony for me. Morris 8 points on the bench. Typical. Yep. Well, that's what happens. I mean, it's like the FPL gods kind of punish you because they want to tell you that you left that guy on the bench, so you don't deserve his points. So it's all fine. These things happen. I mean, obviously the choice for me was to captain between, I guess, somebody like Haaland, Salah, and Son, and I chose the one which was the least. I mean, it was the highest risk, but at least didn't punish me by much. So you have to take your chances when the time comes. So all good. I'm just happy that those Haaland and Salah picks did not punish me as much as they could have. So guys, I mean, we're back. Back to the situation in which. I've now free hitting in game week 34 and wild carding in 35, so I don't really need this team anymore because obviously I need them to perform this week. I mean, so my transfers are going to be short term, absolutely just 1 week punts and not anything for the longer duration. This week, CAV says 2 free transfers going into free hit and then wildcard, so waiting for the city team news. I'm exactly the same situation as you, CAV. So I hope we get some city team news. I'm not hopeful because it's not the first game of the day, so we might not get some city team news. So I've got my transfers kind of penciled in. But if we get city team news, that would be absolutely awesome. Although I think we can say with sufficient certainty that I think players like Doku, Alvarez, they will get their chance to play in this game. So I'm hopeful we get some team news. If we don't, then just gonna have to make do according to that and make our transfers. But I hope we do get some information though. Son price change messed up the plan. I'm sure he wasn't projected to go down last night. Well, even if he was, to be honest with you, I would never have sold Son ahead of the game against Newcastle, because he scored 17 points in the last fixture. He scored a goal. He scored 2 assists against Newcastle. So why do we? I would not sell like these players. They've got streaks against certain teams, and when they do well against a team in the reverse fixture, I always tend to play the same player or get the same player if I have him to play against the team which he scored huge points against. So yeah. I mean that's fine. So let's just wait for the city team news and let's see what they have to offer us. Yeah. Right. So, I mean, for now, guys, this is my team. I haven't made my transfers yet. I wish I had some money in the bank, but when you've got Son, Salah, and Haaland in your team, it doesn't leave very much room to wiggle. So that's something, which you can, which I like want to play more with my team. I want to take a bit of a risk, but it's not now possible to do that. So I'm just looking at what is possible with my team and to take a few risks, which is why in the reason in the options which I've given in the poll, I haven't included somebody like Mbumo, or somebody of that ilk, because, or Luis Diaz for that matter, because I don't have the money. So if even if I sell Pedro Porro, and which I think I will sell Pedro Porro and I will bring in Rico Lewis. That way I'll have some money to upgrade either Sarabia to Doku, or Muniz to somebody like an Alvarez. So I'm just waiting to see if I can get some team news. I mean, I know Doku. See, from the votes, you can see that Doku is obviously not a good choice for anyone, or even Pascal Gross for that matter. But if you want to get him in for the longer term, I guess he's never an option. But just for 1 week punt, I mean, you can take Doku. We can think about such punts. I mean, that's why they're called punts, right? CAV says only way I could afford Haaland, I could have done Son plus Darwin or Tony to Garnacho and Haaland. Well, you've got to make do with, CAV. That's the thing, you have to kind of work out the permutations. The price fall of Son was not expected. I give you that. Although I guess, because they're blanking in 34 and not many people have their free hit, that's why they're probably getting rid of Son. I think they're selling for somebody like KDB or some, or something. But I don't know. If I was, if I was in their place, I'm sure I would have thought about selling Son as well before the blank, because you don't want to keep that much money on the bench. Hey Light Trace, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Doku is still nice. Just prefer Alvarez on set pieces plus a better goal scorer. Yeah, it's about the explosive potential versus the safe pick. I'd say Gross and Alvarez are much safer picks as compared to Doku. Doku, I think, is a more explosive pick. See, it's fine either way. I'm happy to keep him. Just means no Haaland for this week. So hoping it's leaked and he doesn't start. I think he will start this week, if you ask me. Because he has been given his rest, and I think the one who might be rested is Foden, much more than Haaland. So I do think Haaland starts, but yeah, I mean, any leaks would be nice, right? Hey, Alvarez or Isaac for this week? For this week, I'd say Alvarez. I think Alvarez is going to start this week. So if it's only for this week, then I'd say Alvarez. Definitely. I mean, guys, one more thing which I would like to tell you about playing FPL. When we read the team news, we try to focus on the team news of the team of which we own the players. We never try to look at the team news of the opposition, right? And I think that helps sometimes if you try to pay attention to the opposition team news as well. So for example, this week, where is the team news? Let's just see if we can see here, right? So this is Luton Town's news. I'm sorry, I just clicked on that. All right, so you see Menge and Burke are doubts for the trip to Etihad, right? I'm not sure if you can see this news. I'm not even sure if what am I doing here, but I just want to show you something. If it's possible. Just a second, guys. I'm sorry. All right, I don't know. Whatever. All right. I hope you can see it. So you see, the town could be without a single recognized centre half for Saturday's visit to Manchester City, according to their manager Rob Edwards. The manager revealed that both Burke and Mengi had not trained all week, but the pair will be given enough time to feature at the Etihad. So even if they start, I mean, they're not fully fit as centre backs. So what does that scream? That screams goals. That scream, because Luton Town do not know how to play the park the bus style, and they don't even have. So we've got 7 centre halves at the club, and not one has trained this week, said Edwards. Maybe we get one, he says, or maybe we get both, but maybe we don't get either. So look at this, guys. I mean, these things you need to focus. If you really are a serious FPL manager, don't look at the news of only the club which you have players. Also look at the news of the club who your player is playing against. I'm here to do this work for you. I always I always read all the news, but I'm just telling you how you can get better at FPL. All right, cinema, I also answer that. Timmy says, hi, where's my team? I have Kelleher, Sofal, Saliba, Doty, Trippier. So Kelleher, Sofal plays against Fulham. Saliba, Doty, Trippier, Walker. Okay. So you've got 2 free transfers. Who do I bring? See, I don't know if you have got a free hit for 34, and are you wildcarding in 35? So before I know which chips you have left, it's hard for me to answer that question, Timmy. So if you can tell me which chips you've got left, then I'll be better placed to answer that. CAV says, looking like Morris plus Doty to Alvarez plus City defender for me. I guess that's the best way to go, CAV. I mean, that's a pretty good move, to be honest with you. If you can't afford Haaland, the only thing will be the choice of captaincy, but I guess you've got Salah, so you can easily captain Salah. Or the second option is to maybe sell Son to some non-Garnacho player and then get Haaland as well. Milotaf says, good morning, Wiz. Should I sell Saka to Schlapp? Good morning, Milotaf. I don't understand. Why would you want to sell Saka for Schlapp? Keep Saka, bro. I think Saka should be fine. Saka should be fine. Keep him. Nicholas says, hey, FPL Wizard, would you start Van Dijk versus Palace or Air versus Sheffield? I would start Van Dijk versus Palace, Nicholas. Although both are great options, I mean, I could possibly give a shout to starting both of them. But if I had to pick one, I'd possibly pick Van Dijk. With Robertson back, Konate here, Trent Alexander-Arnold on the cusp, I think Liverpool's defense can be better, although they recently lost to Atalanta. But I think against Palace, they can keep a clean sheet. Summonly says, I'm on a wildcard this week. Bench boost 34. Free hit 37. Best 5 defenders for bench boost 34. 34. Well, I guess Van Dijk is definitely one. Along with that, I'd say Gabriel, Branthwaite, 8 Nuri, and Reguilon. That would be my pick, my friend. So best 5 defenders on it. Yeah. I answer that. Justin says, who would you start between Estupinan versus Burnley, White versus Villa, and Solanke versus United? I would definitely start Solanke. I mean, you always should prefer the attacking player versus the defensive player. Also, Solanke is on penalties, so if I was you, I would start Solanke, Justin. Timmy says, used all my chips. Alright, get your point. So, you've got 1 Liverpool, Saliba, Doty, Trippier, Walker. I would move Walker to Van Dijk. But you don't have the place for a Liverpool. You've got McAllister, Salah. Then I would move Solanke to Tony. I would definitely move on Walker. Or maybe just Solanke to Tony for this week, I guess. That would be fine, Timmy. Hey, Wiz, thoughts on JP? Who's JP? Uh, why don't I? I who's JP? Why can't I? James Ward Prowse? Joao Pedro, man. How do you how do you expect me to how do you expect me to guess that? Fadili. So okay, Joao Pedro can be fine. I mean, I want to see him play more minutes, I guess, but I think he's a good option for the upcoming weeks. Yes. Start Bradley or Ait Nouri. I mean, I would start Bradley. I think Bradley has one more game week in him before I guess Trent gets more minutes. You know, you can take a chance with Bradley. He's equally attacking as well. So, although he doesn't play on the flank as Ait Nouri, but you know, I guess can start Bradley. Todd says, "Hey everybody, pleased to announce I didn't sleep through the deadline." Hey Todd, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you didn't sleep through the deadline, and I'm glad that you're here as well, bro. Shivam say, "Hey Wizard, who to start between Garnacho and Kuna, and Chris Wood and Joao Pedro?" Man, where are these difficult questions coming from? Shivam, I would start. Chris Wood is in great form, but his match is tough. I guess I would start Garnacho and I would start Chris Wood. At least there is no conflict of interest here, I guess. Do you like Regulon 2? 4.9 or below mids look stinky, to be honest. Plus, would be moving on Darwin, Tony. Both got good fixture this week. Yeah, Regulon is awesome, obviously. I mean, he got 2 assists last week, and this week I guess he has a clean sheet potential as well. 4.9 or below, you don't have that many options, to be honest with you. I've scanned a few. I guess Sarabia is the only one. I'm not even sure if he's now how much he is. I bought him when he was 4.7. So yeah, I guess Sarabia is the only one which you can look at. But otherwise, there's not many options there. I agree with you. Nishchal says, I have all the chips except free hit. Suggest me how should I use the chips. Well, Nishchal, I guess wildcard 35, bench boost in 37 now, because now you don't have the time to prepare for the bench boost. So that would mean dead ending your team in 34. So make the transfers based on game week 34 and see how you can get the best team for 34. Someone Lee says single game week Regulon over maybe Senesi, who has a double game week. I mean, Regulon has like really good fixtures. I mean, even Sheffield United, you know, like they've got some decent fixtures, I'm telling you. I mean, Luton, Everton, Fulham, Bournemouth, even Newcastle. So yeah, I mean, you can pick him over pick him over Senesi, I guess. You can. That is an option, especially for this fixture if you pick him, and the upside can be huge. Justin says, I'm sorry I worded that wrong. I meant, would you bench White or Solanke for Estupinan? I would bench White, Justin. I'm on a bench boost 37. Too bad I need to make a third forward spot moves now or my free transfer will burn. It's between Højlund and Pedro. I guess then the issue with the Højlund is I don't have a problem with the Højlund. The issue is that they just don't pass the ball to him. I mean, you know, he's just starved for chances right now. That's the thing. You're welcome, Shivam. You're welcome. Don't burn your transfer. Get any one of the two. At least make a move, bro. Joao Pedro is fine. I mean, you can definitely consider Joao Pedro, but I mean, if I was you, I would like to see him play more minutes before I took the call on him. Regulon was good on the eye test, very high all game, getting into the box, although Villa couldn't defend a cross to save their lives. Yeah, that is true. And I would like to say that Sheffield are the same, but they're not, because they're improving recently under Chris Wilder. It looks like they've found something. You know, although that might not save them from relegation, that might be more useful for them next season, but it seems that they've found something. You know, they drew against Chelsea, you know, they did well against Liverpool as well. You know, 3-1 they lost, but you know, I feel that, you know, Sheffield are not the same, but I guess Regulon you can still take a chance with. It's a low risk high reward strategy, I guess. Hoyland just bad one shot in last 3 games. It's because they don't pass the ball to him. They're so greedy. Garnacho, Rashford, they're both greedy. They just don't. I mean, he's in good positions. They still don't. I mean, it's like Hoyland is there to make space for Rashford and Garnacho to shoot rather than to score the goals himself. Neil says, good morning, Wiz. 2 free transfers, less than an hour, and I don't know what to do. Richarlison to Havertz, second, no idea. Don't have Foden. I guess Richarlison to Havertz or Luis Diaz could be the move. Richarlison to Diaz as well. Diaz against Crystal Palace can be a decent option. I mean, if you don't have... I mean, you can think about getting Alvarez if you have enough money. Or maybe Mbumo, Ivan Toney. This week, I guess these are the players to go for. It all depends on whether you wildcard in 35 or not. If you already wildcarded, then the strategy has to be different, of course. Michael says, hey Wiz, I've used my free transfer Ake to Reguilon. -4 Foden out. Michael, if you've got a decent bench option, you can play him. I mean, you can transfer out Foden for somebody like Luis Diaz. I think that is an option. By the way, I need to go and check on Twitter and see if any... although I think somebody here would tell us if that was the case. But let me see if there's any news. No. As of now, there is no news, guys. Right now I'm looking at Twitter. I can't find any early news. If there's any news, I'll let you know. But as of now, I've got no messages. And even on my feed, there's no noise about any news. So I will, yeah, no news as of now. Right, I'm coming back, wait. So, Junaid says Son and Tony or Watkins to 4.5 mid and Haaland captain. I would transfer out Watkins. I would keep Tony for this game week. You can bring in Haaland and captain him. Free hit 34 and then wildcard, or just do Son to KDB and Gabriel. I mean, you can do Son to KDB, but if I was you, I'd prefer Haaland this week. Although KDB definitely has an upside, but I would bring KDB to supplement Haaland, not in place of Haaland. That's the only thing. I think Haaland is due a big score, I'm telling you this. Will Alvarez start? I think he will. Again, you can never predict Pep Guardiola. You know the roulette, but I think he will. 8 Nouri or Mitchell for game week 34? 8 Nouri, James. I would go for 8 Nouri. I think he's playing high up on the wing. There's no comparison between 8 Nouri or Mitchell. Even though you feel Mitchell's fixtures are better, I still would go with 8 Nouri because of the positioning. You know, a defender playing as a winger is a dream, an FPL manager's dream. Hey, Wiz, have you wildcarded? Says Surfroze. No, Surfroze, I've not wildcarded. I'll wildcard in game week 35, bro. Right now, this is just my team. Like, my original team, not wildcarded. So guys, ask you the question as to who should I take a punt on, and everybody like kind of voted for Alvarez. So it's an interesting one. I'm still thinking at the back of my mind, who should I bring? So let's see where I end up at, or who I end up on, for that matter. I've Alvarez, go for it, says Michael. Yeah, I'm thinking, Michael. You know, the reason is Doku is an exciting pick, especially, you know, playing against Luton, who don't have any good fit centre backs. I'm thinking maybe this might be another game in which Doku can do something like what he did against Bournemouth. So I'm waiting for team news again. If I get the news Doku starting, I'll take a chance on Doku this week. I'm on Twitter all the time. I'm watching and seeing, looking at any news which trickles through, and so that I can update you on that. I don't see any news as of now. No. Anyways, let me come back and answer your questions. Let's not get late. 8 Nouri, the Chris Brunt. He is the Chris Brunt, to be honest with you. I remember Chris Brunt scoring some bangers, you know, for West Brom. Start Ariola in case he's back. Unlikely, I know, but worth a shot. Yeah, why not? You're right. We can put in Ariola. I don't think he will. Fabianski did amazingly well against Leverkusen. Um, in the uh, which league? Conference League, I guess, or whatever, Europa League. I don't know what that is called, but yeah, I mean, in Europa League, I think, yeah, it was. He did really well against Leverkusen. They restricted them down to 2 goals, I guess. It was mainly because of his effort. Faz says heaviest Foden news. There is no news about Foden as of now, Faz, but if you ask me, I see less chance of him starting. Foden or Muniz in the starting 11. I would start Muniz because I'm not sure if Foden starts. If we get any news, then it's a different story. Allison news. I think he should be fine, Allison. I'm not sure if he's going to be fit to start this one. Let me just give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm not been talking. I'm just scanning through Twitter to see if I can find something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you see my screen so that you don't get bored either. So here is the predictions by Emma at Jump the Wave. So you can see what they think, what the fans of the club think. So it doesn't matter what I think. I think what the fans think is what really matters. Spurs, Aston Villa, Manchester United. See here. So 8% think Allison starts and 92% think Kelleher starts. Van Dijk, Robertson 100%. Bradley 96%. You know, I don't know where's who do they think is going to start alongside Konsa is here. Okay, so 92% Darwin, 100% Diaz, 100% Salah, 100% Soboslai, 100% McAllister, 100% Endo. So Liverpool team news is pretty much, I think the only place where we're not sure is, I guess, the centre back. Zara says, oh my god, I almost missed this deadline too. Just realized. Well, Zara, you need to put notifications for my streams and then you'll never miss the deadline, my friend. No, don't miss the deadlines. Just a second, guys. I thought I might have some team news, but no. Oh, this is just somebody sending me a message and asking me about their own team. So yeah. Anyways, White or Havertz? I'm tempted to say Havertz, but to be honest with you, there's a slight issue with the. I think Havertz. He played the full game against Bayern Munich. I think he worked really hard against Munich. He might be rested, is the only thing which I'm concerned about. Bradley for Gusto, or worth the risk of keeping him this week? Zabernai is my. I would keep. Bradley for Gusto. Do you mean you've got Bradley or you've got Gusto? If you've got Bradley, I would keep him this week. I don't think Trent starts this week. You know, I think if you have Bradley, I would keep him and start him against Crystal Palace. Zabernai, I think you've got. I mean, Zabernai obviously against United is not going to keep a clean sheet or anything like that, but you get my point, right? So Zara says you're right, was completely out of the loop after a long Eid break. By the way, happy Eid Mubarak to everybody who celebrates, guys. And that's all fine, Zara. As long as you turn on the notifications, you will not miss the deadline. It's gonna be alright. For Game Week 34, says James. For Game Week 34, I'd say Havertz. No questions asked here. Solanke or Sarabia? It's Solanke. Although they're both on penalties, I prefer Solanke just you know. Again, Nottingham are in a more of a more of a relegation scrap, and so I guess they'll play harder as compared to where Bournemouth are placed at. So that's why I guess Solanke. I mean, Nottingham will play harder against Sarabia. That's what I mean. I mean, it's touch and go, but I still prefer the striker as compared to a midfielder. That's my point. And by the way, let me go back to my team. I need to make my transfers early so that we don't have the trumpets going off. We don't have the trumpets going off. Guys, there's no absolutely, it's like a media silence. This guy predicts Oscar Bob to start, huh? No, this is just a prediction, by the way. Is somebody sharing it? This guy. So there's a prediction, right? This guy says Rico Lewis returns, Oscar Bob to start, Kovacic, Nunes. So if that means if Oscar Bob is starting, I mean that's just a prediction by City Extra. There's this guy, City Extra. He's predicting the team. Let me read out the team to you. So he thinks that so he thinks Jeremy Doku is going to start. He thinks Oscar Bob is going to start. On the left hand side, Oscar Bob and Doku. So this is the predicted 11 by this City Extra guy. Let me post it so that you can have a look. Selling Watkins for Alvarez was a bummer. It was. I when I saw Watkins score a couple of goals and start, I was gutted for you, my friend. Honestly, I did not expect him to start. Emery has been sneaky these past few weeks, not been giving us the right news. Guys, it is a predicted 11. It is not a leak. It is a predicted 11. I'm telling you, it is not a leak. So please do not confuse it as a leak and later on, please don't blame me. So, Solanke or I answered that. Start Kuna or Solanke? This is a difficult one. Would you start Poro? If I had him, I could start him, but I'm possibly going to sell him for Rico Lewis. If I had him, I would start him, yes. I'm thinking, Todd. I'm sorry, I don't have a good answer for this one. Just thinking, bro. So, how much points do we expect? I guess Kuna to score. I would start Solanke, Todd. Just, in my ratings, I have Solanke above Kuna. So, it's touch and go. I think Nottingham Forest have got something to fight for, especially the relegation scrap. So I guess I would start Solanke, but it's difficult. I would start Poro. Yeah, I already answered that. So this is just a prediction, right? This is not a leak. I'm looking for a leak. Team news. FPL Buna is at it, spreading the fake news. Not a single leak when it matters the most. No. People are also looking for leaks, but they don't have any. Unfortunately. Let's just answer your questions. Any Foden leak was no. As of now, Jugs, we don't have any leaks. We just have the predictions. So no leaks as of now. I'm waiting. If as soon as we have any leaks, I'll let you know. Fast says Madison to who? Budget 7.9 million. Already have Palmer, Foden, Saka. I would go for Luis Diaz, Faz. Todd says thanks. You're welcome, Todd. Faz, I would go for Luis Diaz. I think Havertz, I'm not sure if he starts this week, but if he starts, I think he could be a decent pick. But I would go for Luis Diaz this week. Even could think about Mbumo. Could be a great option. By the way, how much is Oscar Bob for? I don't even know how much he costs. I've never even considered him remotely for my team. 4.4 million Oscar Bob, huh? Played 90 minutes against Crystal Palace. Didn't do much, but yeah, no one can do damage against. Zara says 2 free transfers, 3.5 in the bank. Thinking of using free hit next week. Don't have any Liverpool players. Thinking of taking Barclay, Doty, Madison out to make way for Liverpool assets. I think that's fine. That's fine. Take Doty out for. I mean, if you want Liverpool players, I think the best option if you sell Madison is to go for Luis Diaz. In defense, you can get a Sheffield United defender like Reguilon, or you can go for somebody like Bradley as well. Play Garnacho or Solanke. This is a difficult one. I mean, Garnacho. They're very close. There's not a clear answer to that. Jugs. I mean, I don't have a clear answer for that. But if I had the option, I guess I would start. Garnacho, I guess. On second thought, I'd possibly go for Solanke because he's playing at home. He's on penalties. Yeah, I would play Solanke, bro. Pradeep says, "Hi, brother. Should I start Dan Burn or Estupinan? If I was you, I'd start Estupinan over Dan Burn. With Robinson to Rico Lewis or Bradley, I would go with the. I mean, if it's for a longer, I think I would. They're both short-term options, Surfrose. None of them is a long-term option because Bradley has competition from Trent Alexander-Arnold now, and Rico Lewis is always going to be a short-term option because I'm not sure how many games is he going to start, you know. So no news as of now. No news as of now. Yeah. So no news as of now means good news, I guess. I don't know what that means, by the way. KDB or Fernandez this week? KDB 100%, bro. No questions asked. There's no comparison between these two as of now. KDB is like is miles ahead in FPL terms. Fernandez scored a fantastic goal against Liverpool, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't want United fans getting on my back, but in FPL terms, I think KDB is way better right now. Although, I mean, Foden and Haaland start for Manchester City? What? Guys, Foden and Haaland to start for Manchester City. It has been leaked by Lazy FPL. Guys, Foden and Haaland start for City. It has been leaked by Lazy FPL. That is insane news for the owners of Will Foden and very bad news for those who don't own him. Foden and Haaland to start for Manchester City. Leaked by Lazy FPL, and now I don't know what to do with my transfers. I'm not even sure who starts, who doesn't. Doku, I don't have any. Screws everything. Screws everything. Whoa, man. Way to mess up with our head, Pep Guardiola. Way to mess up with my head. Guys, Foden starts. Foden starts. How do I get him into my team? I don't have the money. Any news on Alvarez? No news. As soon as I get any news, I'll let you know. Don't worry about it, okay? Foden and Haaland are starting, guys. Anybody who owns Wollen, I don't know. I don't know about KDB. I don't know about Alvarez. As of now, we have only news. I have only news about Foden and Haaland. That is from Lazy FPL. He says Foden and Haaland are starting. Now, guys, let me figure out how I can get Foden into my own team, because I don't have the money to do it. What is this insanity? Madison to Foden? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Diaz for Foden. No. Don't sell Diaz for Foden. This is not... I mean, that would be only for FOMO. I mean, you can sell Saka for Foden. I'd still understand it. But if you say Diaz for Foden, I think that's too much. That's too much. I would not sell Diaz. Never sell Diaz for Foden. Now, we don't even know how much time Foden plays. I don't know how Foden is starting, by the way. You know, like all this news and then... Salah for Foden. No Salah for Foden. Both early subs if 2 or 3 up, definitely. I agree with that. I won't sell Luis Diaz for Foden. But the issue is I don't know what to do with my own team now, guys. I mean, I'm totally stuck. I had the plan to bring in Doku, Alvarez. That's all gone up in the air. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm stuck. Let's see if we get any more team news, but I need to make up my mind. I guess then I will just sell Pedro Porro to somebody like Rico Lewis. And I will sell... no Haaland for me versus that Luton backline. CAV, I mean, if you can, if you want, you can get him, you know. It's fine, you know. Put Sarabia in there. Who cares? Just put Sarabia. But the issue is selling Son as well. I mean, I would not sell Son is my issue. It's too much. Maybe if you can sell Saka and get Haaland, that is something which is plausible to me. By the way, I need to rethink my own strategy, guys. I'm totally like out of my... like what I thought is not happening. It's just... oh, man. Pep Guardiola. One day I'll get you for this. So Pascal Gross, I have the option to go for Pascal Gross. And that's about it then. Nobody else. Really? I don't think I'm gonna go with Doku or Oscar Bob when Foden is starting. The only reason I was going with Doku or even Alvarez or you know, because I've thought that Foden's not gonna start, then somebody's gotta create the chances for Haaland, but this changes everything, guys. And now I don't know what to do here. Alright, so let's play this with a cool, composed, calm head. Please tell me what to do. Alright. No more news, I guess? Is there? No, I guess not. Everybody's tweeting the same stuff now. I mean, there's just one news by Lazy FPL. Would rather keep Tony plus Saka than get Haaland, I think, CAB says. That's fine, bro. That's fine. Haaland, Foden and Guardiola are starting, says FPL Main Road. Guys, Guardiola is also starting. Guardiola is also starting. Van Hecke over Gabriel or Porro? No. I would play Gabriel and Porro over Van Hecke. Otherwise, I've had 2 free transfers this week. No money in the bank. I was thinking to sell Odogi and Gordon. I don't know for whom. So you need the transfer for 1 week or do you need it for the longer duration? That's what it depends on. Guardiola is starting. So we have information that Guardiola... Would you do Saka to Foden for a -4? Free hit 34? No, I would not. No. If it is for a -4 and if you are... for a -4, I'm not so sure, Mark Sakito. Longer duration, was planning to play free hit the next week. Well, there's not many options, yes, us. That's the issue. I guess sell Odogi for Reguilon if you can. If Alvarez starts, I'll get him. You can do that, CAV, yes. FPL Tony. Foden, Haaland and Rico Lewis. Guys, Rico Lewis is starting. Rico Lewis is starting. Alright, so we've got news. Guys, listen to me. Don't ask me questions about players which I don't know about. Please focus on this one. Foden, Haaland, Lewis and Guardiola. We've got news about only 4 City players. Don't believe anything else. Garnacho over Muniz. I'd start Muniz over Garnacho. Gordon or Brennan Johnson. Free hit 34. Jovan, I mean, if you consider Dan Burn, I guess Brennan Johnson can be a decent option as well. He's playing against Dan Burn, who's not the fastest. That's difficult. Guys, Rico Lewis is starting. Guardiola is starting. Rico Lewis is starting as well. And so is, what's his name? Guardiola, Rico Lewis, Haaland, Foden. Guardiola starts, Rico Lewis starts. Planning to Foden or Haaland, who to captain? Haaland. Who planning to do wildcard in 35? Don't think I'll revert that transfer, says Wong. Just transfer in Diaz for Foden 10 plus minutes ago. Don't revert that. I think Diaz is a equally good pick, my friend. Don't worry about it. Do you think Haaland captain is risky? Can see him playing 45 with a big midweek match next week. I think Haaland Haaland captain. I think he gets 60 minutes. I guess 60-70 minutes. Haaland has got his rest, remember? Haaland has got his rest. Guys, how can I get Foden? What? Luis Diaz to Foden, done, captain Haaland. Alright. Onana or Kelleher? I would go with Kelleher. How about Son to Foden? Touch and go. Todd. Son scored 17 points against Newcastle the last time. I mean, I would keep him. Maybe Saka to Foden can be done. You know, or somebody else, I guess. Son to Foden, I'm not really keen on. Douglas Luiz, okay. Douglas Luiz, where's the... Foden plus Alvarez, if confirmed. If not, Rico plus Foden. Alright, that's great, CAV. I love that. So where's the question? Where's the... Bro, please tell me the background music from your videos from like 5 years ago. What is that tune? I gotta have it, man. It makes me want more. You gotta keep playing that music. Thailand, I'll let you know, bro. Please leave a comment on my video. And I will reply to you with the music. Right now, I'm more pressed. Devargas says Douglas Luiz to Foden, done, Captain Haaland. Alright, go for it. Go for it. Luis Diaz to Son. No, I would keep Luis Diaz. Why would I want to do Luis Diaz to Son? Guys, we don't have any news. I don't know what to do anymore. Well, I any Spurs or Newcastle? No leaks. Only City leaks are coming. That's it. No Spurs, no Newcastle, nothing. George, nothing, bro. We've got only 4 people, 4 leaks. Haaland, Foden, Guardiol, and Rico Lewis. Everything else is fake, guys. Luis Diaz, no. Christian, if you can get Luis Diaz for somebody else, I would prefer to keep Son this week. Especially if you are free hitting in 34. If you are not free hitting in 34, you can take out Son. So anybody who's not free hitting in 34, you can definitely think about taking out Son. I mean, Todd, if you're not free hitting, yes, you can take him out for Foden. Man, 8 minutes to go and Kelleher to buy, worth it? Yeah, why not? Just for 1 week, I guess it is. Bro, that music, that sounds so magical. It's like wizardry, sound of music, delight. Makes you want to watch his videos. Tell me that. I will tell you, bro. Leave a comment on my videos. I will let you know. Don't worry about it. I will leave a comment on my video. For now, please, let's focus. I don't know what to do with my team. It's more important. So I'm. Thoughts on Sarabia? I think Sarabia is a great option to have. It doesn't cost you that much. You have your players locked in. That's why you want to listen to the music. Listen to the music in my head right now, bro. My head is gonna burst. Foden, Haaland. Yeah, same news all the time. When are you planning to use your wild card? I'm using my wild card in 35, free hit in 34, and bench boost in 37. Focus, guys. Focus. So I guess there's no news about Alvarez or Doku or anything like that. Son blanks 34, Saka doubles in 34. That is true, Todd. That's why I said if you're not free hitting in 34, then you can definitely transfer out Son. 100%. No more news is coming in, guys. Who to start? Rico over Estupinan, Gabriel, Porro. I guess Gabriel or Porro, I guess. Alvarez to Muniz and Barclay to Foden. Option 2, Barclay to Foden and Madison to Luis Diaz. I like the second one more, Zara, although I can't think straight. I'm telling you right now. I'm thinking about my own team, so I'm not... But I like the second one more. Barclay to Foden and Madison to Luis Diaz sounds much better to me. Alright, no more. No more. I need to work out what to do. Man, Foden. Gabriel not in training, that he should be fine. Don't worry about that. I don't have enough money for Mbumo. Man, Pascal Gross, really? Do I really have to go for Pascal Gross? I've got 6.6 for midfielder, and if I want to replace my striker, I've got 6.5. 6.5. I can get Alvarez, but we don't have news that Alvarez is starting. We don't have news. Edison and KDB, barring late minute illness. Guys, this guy is saying that Edison and KDB are also starting. Edison and KDB are also starting, guys. By main road, FPL main road. No news about Doku. No news about. You could get Gordon or Brennan Johnson. That game has goals in it. I might go for McAllister, to be honest with you. Edison and KDB are starting, says FPL Main Road. Tony out, Solanke in, Foden brings Sarabia. No, keep Tony. Keep Tony. Guys, please answer each other right now. I'm thinking about my own team. I really implore you to please just answer each other and help each other out, please. Start Zabernai or Konsa. I would start Zabernai. Pep putting out a very strong team. Exactly. How much time do I have left? 2.5 minutes. Guys, not answering any more questions. Please, for the love of God. I don't know about Alvarez starting. There is no news about Alvarez. Oh man. Alright, Rico Lewis comes in here. And in place of Sarabia. Kelleher or Petrovic? Kelleher. I'm gonna go with Gross then. I could go with McAllister as well, but guys, McAllister or Gross? Which one do you prefer? Quickly. McAllister or Gross? Quickly, guys. Which one do you prefer? 8 Nouri or Bradley? I'll start Bradley. I only have enough money, Alistair. But it's okay, let's just do it. I don't even have the time. What the hell in God's name? It was close. I don't even know what I've done. If Alvarez starts, I'll be annoyed. What can we do? It's just, we needed news. We didn't get it. On the other hand, we got news about Foden that we did not need because it actually messed up my entire plan, because all the forums, all the predictions, they were saying that it doesn't start Foden, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, we get this news. Oh man, I'm getting old for this shit. Oh, crazy. Actually, I had a very clear plan in my mind. That went down to the wire. It was down to the wire. Foden plus Lewis in for me covers Haaland a bit. I guess so. I mean, it all depends on how long Foden gets, and how long Foden gives him, or Pep gives him. 2 free transfers, Charleston to Foden and Udogi to Rico Lewis. I like that, Neil. I actually like those transfers a lot. So guys, I don't know what I've done with my team, but this is what I have to show you in the name of my team. It was last 30 seconds and I didn't even have my team set up. I've done Son to Foden. I think I've messed up. It's all fine. If both come off at the same time, I'm okay with that. That's fine, CAV. In any case, we've done what we needed to do, guys. Thailand, by the way, right? Let me answer this guy, man. He's been watching the stream not for my videos, but our friend needs to know the name of that song which I've used in the past in my videos. All right. So the song, it was called Dark Skies by Bass Rebels. I don't know if this is the one you're asking for. Have a look, my friend. I've done Son to Foden. I think I messed up. It's all fine. I went with Salah captain. It's not game over. I think that's a fantastic option as well, Neil. It's a great option, bro. I think Salah captain is awesome. Especially against Palace. The only thing which I don't like about Salah has been he's been missing a lot of clear-cut chances. Otherwise, I think that it was a great captaincy option. The reason why I went with Haaland is because of the fact that Luton did not have many defenders, like fit centre backs. I showed at the start of the stream that Luton are short on centre halves. Like Mengi is probably injured, Burke is injured, so they're gonna have to play with a makeshift defense. And going to the Etihad and playing with a makeshift defense, it's just screams goals, it screams chaos, and just like Peter Drury says, glorious chaos. And I wanted to be a part of that glorious chaos. But not in terms of Haaland. I actually wanted to be a part of that glorious chaos by using somebody like Doku or Alvarez in addition to kind of Haaland. But it wasn't to be. Then it's all right, because I can't do anything about it, because we didn't get the news about the players we wanted, and we got the news about the players which we did not want. And somehow Gross has ended up in my team. I don't know what to do with that now. So I just hope he does well against Burnley. That's all I can hope for. I guess I'll be happy with 6 points from Gross. That's all I ask for. Please, Pascal Gross, please, for the love of God, do something. Hey, Thailand Chief, I hope... Giovan says, can we hit free hit 30? Can we talk about free hit 34 for a bit? So many of us will hit the button today. You're right, Giovan. Actually, we can. It is the same song that I used to use, bro. It's not similar. It is the same one. Actually, the only difference is my voice. You loved it more with my voice, because the voice is missing. You don't like it that much. Right. I'll quickly go through it, guys. Actually, I need to be going somewhere, but I definitely would like to go through the free hit 34. So I guess... Talent Chief says, thanks, Shuragan. Nah, thanks, man. I just like to be a mortal. That's enough for me. You can call me a wizard. I like that better. All right, guys, please move on. Let's talk about free hit 34 for a bit, and then I need to move on. This is Ben Krillin's spreadsheet, by the way. So Liverpool, I think we need to target Liverpool and Arsenal, obviously. Let us first get out of the way the teams which you want to target for, I guess, a single game week player if you want, right? So we don't want all the players, because you want shields and swords. So don't just make a team considering only the double game week players. So let us see, for example, Manchester City has a game against Brighton away. Since it is going to be a difficult game against Brighton, which it means that Manchester City are likely to field a strong team here. So you can consider one of their players as well, right? In the same way, Manchester United are playing Sheffield United. So you might want to consider somebody like Garnacho, maybe for your bench, but you still need to consider him, somebody like a Garnacho. Beyond that, I don't like any of them. Yes, a cheap player against Sheffield United, or some other team, you can. So, but I will, if I want to get a single game week player in my free hit, maybe it will be maybe from Manchester City to work as a shield, and another one would be from maybe Manchester United to sit on my bench. Beyond that, I'd say 3 Liverpool, Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Luis Diaz. That would be my pick. From Arsenal, 3 players, 2 defenders, 1 attacker, I guess. That would be, maybe you can go with Havertz and Saka if you want to. That is a combination which the non-free hitters will not have. So if you want to go for the upside, I will go with Saka and Havertz plus a defender in Gabriel. Crystal Palace again, you just want to get somebody like Eze. Depending on how they play today against Liverpool, I will scout their players, but you want to get their defenders, the cheap defenders, so that you can spend in attack. So maybe a midfielder in Eze. Bournemouth again, if you want you can, but the fixtures are tough for Bournemouth. So basically it's 3 and 3, 6 players already, so you're just left with 5 positions, right? So 1 you can get from Crystal Palace, Branthwaite if you want, you can get from Everton, maybe Pickford you can pick as your goalkeeper if you like that, or maybe the Crystal Palace goalkeeper can also be your option. Beyond that, Wolves, I guess Ait Nouri can take up 1 spot, and Sarabia can possibly take up a spot on the bench. Sheffield United, I guess Brereton Diaz is the one. Brereton Diaz you can pick as a cheap striker in this game. So I guess that'll make up your team. Wolves, 1 player from Wolves, I guess 1 from Everton, maybe 1 or 2 from Crystal Palace, 3 from Arsenal, 3 from Liverpool, maybe 1 from City, and 1 from United. That would possibly make up. That's a very rough estimate, Giovan, but I guess that should give you an idea. So if you're on a free hit, activate your free hit tonight so that you can catch some price rises and you can get better value for your team by the time the game week deadline comes around. And also keep an eye on the midweek European fixtures, guys, because Arsenal and City got some really tough games against Madrid and Bayern Munich. So basically that's about it. From Everton, if you want, you can get 2 players as well. But there's not really a standout option unless you want to consider Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which we don't, because there's like many good options as strikers. For example, Solanke can be taken from Bournemouth. Kuna can be taken from Wolves. Brereton Diaz from Sheffield United, so on and so forth. I guess we'll continue talking on the chat, but I have to take your leave for now, guys. Actually, we have to go somewhere, but this stream was not a good preparation for where we are supposed to go, because it was maniac. It was mad, guys. I panicked right at the end, and for some reason in my team I see Pascal Gross, and I hope for the best. My fingers are crossed. So thank you so much for being on today's stream, guys. I really appreciate all of you, and I will hopefully see you for the game week 34 deadline. And before that, I will post my tweets on which players I am thinking to bring in and who I am kind of transferring in to add value to my team. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, do follow. And if you want to get added to my private chat, just send me a message on Twitter, and I will add you to the private chat as well. So thank you very much for being here once again, guys. May the arrows be green. FPL Visit signing out. Take care. Cheers. Have a great one.